Hey, Ron, while you're pulling that up, I did notice just now that we did not have
The minutes on there.
approval of the minutes on there. So just want to bring
Well,
that.
you want to go ahead and backtrack and do that?
We can do it at the end. Is fine.
Yeah,
because yeah.
Thank you, Jessica.
Okay.
Took the words out of my mouth, Ivan.
Can anyone see what this budget that I pulled up?
Not yet.
Okay, let me
Still the agenda?
stop. Let me stop. Can you see it now? Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yeah, I see it.
Great. All right. All right. As I said, JP Morgan Chase had given us $30,000 towards a grant. We got $7,500 from PNC Bank, $50,000 from Truist. We had left over $60,000 from last year's conference. Plus, we added another 9,000. Another 9,000 towards that in conference fees that we've been able to get out of the conference. So right now we've secured from the conference over $69,000, $69,999.
Hey, Ron, can you go back to Chase Bank Foundation?
Who?
It's the first item. Yeah, Chase Bank. When I add up 30,000, 10,000, and 10,000, I come up with 40,000. But the total.
No. That was 30,000, but 10 of it has gone towards a conference, and 10 of it is going to being dispersed to cover the cost of the Frederick Avenue property.
But the total amount is 40,000, and you got 50,000. That's the total amount. So you got one item which is 30,000, another item which is 10,000, and still another item which is 10,000. It should equal up to 40,000 instead of 50,000, unless that's an additional amount. Unless I'm missing something. Does anybody else see what I see when you total up the columns?
Yeah, we do see it. I see it, Michael.
Okay.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Michael. Let me change that to 10,000.
Good.
Okay. All right. So, and then let me change this here to 30,000.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay. Now we're straight. Okay. So again, the 69,000 came by way of what we had secured last year that we did not expend from the towards the conference, and then the other 69,000 that we were able to secure thus far through registration fees.
Hey, Ron, I think we have the same problem with that line item too.
Which line item? Go ahead.
So operating should be 69,099.
Yeah.
And what should conference be?
Oh, that's 69,999.
And operating should be 0. And then your sum should be 69,999, 69,099.
Okay.
unless there is another amount in grants that goes towards operating.
Well, I put that in operating because it comes out of the, because I saw it coming out of the total budget.
Can I?
Yeah, the total budget should be the total budget should be the sum at the end, which should, where it says total.
Can I ask a question? Because I'm confused now. So is grants a separate line item from the JP Morgan Chase, PNC, Wells Fargo, Truist Bank?
Yeah, it's a separate line item. It's additional grants.
Okay, can we somehow format it so that it lines up with everything else? Because right now it looks like a heading or some type of summary field.
Right.
And then can we, if the other items are grants, can we just say like other grants or additional grants or something, so that it's clear?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And then I'm still confused about what's happening with the total. Is it that each of these sections, operating conference, Black Co-op, Frederick Avenue, are supposed to add up to the sum at the end, and that sum is supposed to signify what we've been awarded by each?
All together, yes.
Okay. Okay.
That's the design.
Okay.
So then the question to Ron is other grants. So that total amount of other grants is $69,099.
Yeah.
Or
Go ahead.
is there additional other grants and that amount for the conference is $69,099?
Well, since we never expended the money, we held the money.
And you're using it all for the conference.
Right.
Right. Okay. Then we're on the same page then.
All right.
Should it be something in there that's a carryover so people understand that this amount was carried over from the last year?
Yep.
So, well, I need to supplement that wording here in other grants then.
So the entire $69.99.
Well, not the entire. Well, all of it wasn't carryover though.
Okay.
Only
so we need to separate out what amount, the amount that was carryover.
Right.
60,000.
Okay. So we can put another line item at the under online/other, and you can call that carryover from 2021 and what that amount is.
Okay.
And then other grants should be $9,099, correct?
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. There we are. Okay. Okay. So our total revenue is 237,775. This other program money is coming out of our existing revenue, our existing operating revenue.
Okay, so is there any way you can make that bigger so we can, or smaller, whichever one, so we can see a little bit more of the screen, Ron? So we can see a little bit more of the.
Yeah, let me.
All right, so so the 60,000 goes to operating and not the conference, or does it go towards the conference?
It goes towards the conference.
Okay, then it needs to be over under the conference.
That's where I had it before.
Yeah, it goes under the conference.
Yeah, that's where I had it before. Yeah. Actually,
if you go to view run, you can actually zoom in and out from there. Yeah. Over to the right. My right.
Is that a better look?
Yeah, for me.
Okay.
So what I came up with was for operating 197,775, and for conference 96,599.
So the 60,000, to clarify, I think I was asking that the 60,000 be moved down into its own line item, but
Yes, under conference.
yeah.
Thank you, Amber.
So on that row that you were just on, go to the right. Yeah. No. Where it says other / online, where you had 60,000. Yeah. And then put the 60 there and then take it out of other grants.
Yeah.
And I think that other online, you were saying to change it to say carryover.
Correct.
From 2021.
Bingo.
Right.
Okay.
Where it says online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can either leave that and move it down one and then put carryover 2021, or you can just change that title. Perfect.
Okay.
Now totals should change at the bottom. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
So that's where we are with the revenue. Under expenses, I've not put any expense in for executive director salary. I have put in 40,000 towards hiring a contractor. Rent 13,200. Electricity projected at 3120. phone 2940, 10,000 towards the intern stipends, 3,500 towards bookkeeping and tax preparation, 10,000 towards legal, audit 3,500, professional training 1,500, 1,300 for printing and reproduction, office supplies 1,500, 1,200 for marketing, 15,000 for the Black Cooperative Academy, 96,599 for the conference, 2,500 towards travel, D&O liability 1,188, dues and subscription 1,800, 2,000 for graphics, meals and lodging 2,500, 100 for Metro, fax, 468 for Google, Zoom 150, constant contact. We have the regular constant contact, and then we have a marketing consultant fee that we're paying as well. So that that's a total of $3,145, $1,800 for the website management, Intuit's QuickBooks, 860, 100 for Blue Host web hosting, 1,600 for bank charges, 500 for posters. The closing costs for the Frederick Avenue property at $9,904. I haven't put in anything for operating as of yet, and property insurance is $1,184. Total expenses is $283,158.
Okay. All right. In the same way we did above, we need to determine which categories some of these fall into. Some of them are very, very obvious, but like the National Conference on Black Cooperatives, that would move over to conference, right? The entire 96,559, that would move over there. And if there are other subcategories that are associated with the conference, and I'm assuming that it won't be, but they would be moved over there as well. So what is the difference between the co-op land fund and the academy?
What's the difference between what?
So the land, the Black Co-op Loan Fund, that's something new, right?
Yeah, we got that from 15,000 from Truist 2 years ago to fund some startups costs for some of these co-ops that we were bringing to the academy, but we've never expended that money.
Okay, so and that 15 is not in the restricted carryover for 2021 in that 60,000?
No.
Okay.
No. No, here it is right here.
Okay.
So Wait, so the 15 was received this year or last year?
No, last year.
So then it should be under carryover. Just in the same column, move down. If that's how we want to, I mean, there are multiple ways that we could show what's been received this year versus last year. We could do it as a column as well, but
isn't it that
whatever way we're doing it, it should be consistent though.
Right.
Isn't it that these funds though came from Truist and those were all carryover from the prior year's conference, right? Specifically that 60,000.
Good question. Ron, is that what we're saying?
What's that?
Are they from the, like, are we saying that the carryover is specifically from carryover conference funds from 2021?
Right. The 60,000 is.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think I feel okay with them being separate or remaining separate, being that they were from two different sources. I mean, I don't care where you guys put them on the chart, but I think I don't think we should necessarily mix it with the. Oh, you're saying just put it in the carryover up the top versus down at the bottom. Yeah, I don't know. They're separate to me. I don't know if but yeah, I see what you're saying, Amber. You're saying just put them on the same line, carryover, but underneath the proper.
Yeah.
Underneath the Black Loan Fund. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can either do it this way, or we could have two columns to say funds received 2021, funds received 2022.
Yeah,
and they could be broken out into Wells Fargo, Truist, whatever. But whichever way we're doing it, it just has to be consistent. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we definitely want to recognize old money and make sure it is somehow accounted for differently than new money. So I think that, so either way, I'm okay. Amber, Jessica, whatever Ron decides, I'm okay with either one of them, but you're right. Whatever we decide, let's just be consistent with it.
Excellent.
All right. So you're gonna leave it there, Ron?
I would prefer just to leave it here as a carryover 2021.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody's okay with that?
That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Okay, so can we go back down to the expenses, Ron? And so that $15,000 that you moved right there. So the academy, that is not the conference, right?
No, that's not the conference.
Okay, so the academy is the loan fund.
Right.
Okay, got it. Okay, we're on the same page.
Ron, if that's a loan to, is there an interest on that?
Who?
You said that the amount of 15,000 was a loan. If it's a
No.
interest?
There was a.
He's going to use that as loan.
Okay, I got you.
So right now, our expenses are $171,599, and our revenue is $177,775.
That's on the operating, right?
That's on the operating.
Okay.
Now keep in mind that I don't have a projected amount in here for. Yes, I do. Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. I did put an amount in for executive director.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That 50,000 is really low, Ron. Is there a reason why you went so low?
Well,
I'll just say this, Michael. So one of the things that the committee has to do is is draw up a contract, make an offer. And so he just put a holder in there for the budget.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
But once the committee meets, we'll make some determination as to what is a logical number that should be there. And we'll come back to the board with a recommendation for your approval or rejection.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay. Pardon me.
Hey, Michael.
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, I need you on my board, man.
That's a compliment. Thank you very much.
Hey, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, because when it comes to the money, you better be careful. You better watch out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, that's where we are in the snapshot of the budget, folks.
Okay, so what we can do is at our next executive committee meeting, Ron, we can try to refine it and make sure that we're a little bit closer with our numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully, if we do that, we can bring it back to the board for a vote.
Okay.
And
all right.
Can I suggest something? Because this is a projected budget and not an actual budget, you can always throw in there others 500,000. And what you're basically saying, this is a projected amount for the total budget. You got your actual numbers, and then you have your projected number, where you put in there like 500,000. And the reason why I know it's doable, because as you know, that's over 115,000 funders that's out there. So we should be able to come with that amount within a year in order to complement this budget right here. And the beauty of a projected budget is you always want to put in more. Because basically what you're saying to the funders is we came up with this and we need you to help us to get to there. Just an observation.
I don't disagree with you one iota, Michael. I think that I think that part of the conversation is again with Ron as well as the Fund Development Committee, so that we look at the goal that we're trying to achieve. So if it is $500,000, I think to your point, it's great to have a goal, but I think what is also good is that it is a goal that we can actually meet, right? So if we have a $500,000 goal, then we should be making sure that we're making progress towards that $500,000 in a meaningful way through our efforts and through our contacts, etc. But I don't disagree with you. Any other comments?
I'll reserve further comment for follow-up meeting.
Thank you, Amber. Anybody else? Okay, Ron, we're off to the next item.
Okay. The National Office on Black Cooperative Agenda is looking at the budget. Right now, we're still working some costs. Right now, our figures stand at $57,878. We've have a management a fee in for $3,500. DJ $300. honorariums, and I'm also putting in travel costs for the speakers. So I'm still working on getting that information from them. Printing of the program book, 2,000. Tech Factory is a company that's providing the live streaming and the videoing of the conference. $13,024. $300 for the photographer. And the rest of the costs are hotel related. Food, $22,454. That includes breakfast, lunch, and the reception. 9,000 for the breakout rooms, and for hotel costs, for sleeping and lodging for the conference participants, another $36.50. So that total came up to 104. It looks like we're going to be able to profit off of this conference as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just the long and short of it, that I'm still working through some figures on the conference.
Hey, Ron, just wondering how registrations have been coming along since our last meeting.
Let me report on that. Right now we have 98 total registrants registered. Out of the 98, 30. Let me get my number right. 16, 23, 68 are paid registrants.
Thank you. It's excellent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
Ron,
it's awesome. If it's the first year and you're able to get those type of numbers, imagine what's going to happen in future years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will say, go ahead, Lauren.
Well, I was just wondering, since I've only experienced the conference virtually, how that compares to previous years for the in-person.
Well, the last in-person we did was 2019, and we had over 200 people attend. I think it was somewhere like 227.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Ron, did we get the board members who were going to participate? Did we get them on board?
Yeah, Lauren and Amber are participating. I've talked with Mike about his participation. Jessica, I don't know whether or not you are going to be able to come or not, and Arthur.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure some things out. I'll let you know in the next day or two, though, for sure. And if not, I mean, is it only in person, or are you kind of doing like a hybrid?
It's only in person.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I'll definitely keep you posted, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
All right, Arthur. I ask that you go ahead and register.
Yep.
Arthur, are you planning on staying at the hotel?
No, I'll probably just drive in.
Okay. All right. Do you still have the registration code?
I think I do. I'm double checking right now, actually. But
All right.
I have it in your name.
So for as far as the logistics of the conference go, we got some volunteers that have signed up on board with us. So we got some volunteers. I've asked Amber and Lauren to serve as MCs and to introduce the luncheon and the keynote speaker. We are hosting we're hosting exhibitors plus vendors. So we're having vendors in on the 7th, the day that we do the reception. So we're having vendors that will be vending that day. And then on the other 3 days, we're having exhibitors that will be showcasing their organization's work. If you been looking at the emails that is coming out, you'll see the format for the days. I have include that as a part of the email marketing campaign. Any questions? Any comments?
All good.
All right. Well,
just a really quick question. So I'm looking at the schedule on the website. Is there anywhere where we have a schedule like with the speakers just for our planning purposes?
I do have a draft that I do have. I can send it out to you. I am working right now on getting the program situated. But I can send out the draft right now for you to look at and let me.
Sorry, my dog is freaking out.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to send this out to you now so that you can look at it. Because it just got sent to me.
All right, sorry, what'd you say?
No, it just got sent to me, so I'm gonna send it out to you now.
Okay.
Sorry, my dog is 25 pounds, but he makes up for it in volume.
Yeah, I tell you, it's been a long haul trying to get this conference up and running. But okay. I thought she sent it to me. That's wrong. Oh, here it is. It is. Okay. Yeah. Let me just send this out to you all. Okay. Okay, I just sent it out to you all. Okay. Ivan, did you get it?
I got it.
I have it as well.
Okay. 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 And I just sent the draft of the program out. So yeah, so that. Okay. So yeah, so you take a look at it and give me some feedback on it because I need to get this to the printer this week.
Okay, will do. Just reiterate the contract for the contract. If there's any more questions on the conference before I move on to talking about the contract for accounting services.
I'll connect with you separately on just my role, but nothing for the group.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, we have come to the end of our contract with our bookkeeper, Brian Hayden. And so we have initiated another 3-year agreement with him moving forward in terms of him providing bookkeeping services as well as tax preparation for our 990s. And staff contractor, well, we're still looking. That's all I can say about that. That we're still looking to try to identify some part-time staff.
So we're still waiting on one, not one even we're considering just as of yet.
No. I thought we had someone, but she's not been responsive, and so I'm just assuming that she's she's moved on in her consideration of employment.
Lord, have you put anything on LinkedIn to advertise the position?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Mike, I really haven't had the time to really focus on really filling that role.
Gotcha.
Because of so many things that I've had to focus on. So after the conference is over and we get this behind us, then I want to turn my attention to really looking at advertising and marketing for it and this position out there and seeing what can we gather in terms of responsiveness.
Excellent. See, that's why you're the leader.
Huh?
I said, that's why you're the leader.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, so I'll turn my attention to this after this conference is over, and I get this conference behind us.
Any other questions for Ron and his report? Thank you, Ron. We will move to the next item on the agenda, which is the acquisition of 4415 and 4117 Frederick Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland. Ron, any updates there? You want to?
No. They've asked for 3 documents: the resolution, the bylaws, and the certificate of good standing, which they were able to get today from the state of Maryland's website. So we provided that, and I'll take the resolution and the bylaws tomorrow when I go to settlement.
And I did actually send around the signed resolution along with the agenda earlier to just for everyone to review, and then we need to accept that today as well.
Thank you, Jessica. Okay, any other updates as it relates to that? So we do have a resolution that gives Ron the authority to sign documents for this particular closing. And that was prepared and circulated to all of the board members. So if you've had an opportunity to read through it, which I hope that you have, it really just talks about the executive committee meeting and approving this to come before the board. And then now we're asking the board to vote favorably on Ron having the signatory authority to do the closing on tomorrow, March 30th. So if there are no questions, I'd like to open the floor for any discussion. And if there's no discussion, I'd like a motion to move the resolution for Ron to have those that signing authority.
So I get to the click first this time I get here quick enough. So I motion that we proceed with Ron being authoritative signature, the person that is the Senate authority to make the signature on behalf of the corporation.
Okay, it's been moved by Michael. Is there a second?
Can I make a comment before we proceed? The resolution mentions individuals that were not present for the executive committee meeting. And so
So you weren't there, Amber?
I was not there, no.
Okay. Jessica?
Tuesday, the 8th? Who's on the executive committee, Ron? I mean,
It says there was a meeting on the 15th.
oh, okay. So the date is incorrect, is what you're saying.
But I also wasn't present for the meeting where this was discussed.
On the 8th? We just discussed that we were going to create a resolution and send it around. I don't know that there was any other further discussion regarding the resolution.
Yeah, there was no formal recommendation as a part of that meeting.
Okay. I mean, does anybody else?
Okay, so
Ron, you were obviously at the executive. I mean, who was at the executive meeting with us?
well, I was there, and I'm sorry, I apologize. Because I thought there was a formal recommendation for Ron to. I thought there was a formal recommendation to go to the board from that meeting on the 8th.
I thought there were six.
That's what I had in my notes. I don't know that it was like, but we were gonna send something around. As I mentioned, I don't know that there was like a vote or anything, but I don't know how.
We were still at that point, the meeting on the 8th, we still hadn't seen any documents. We received documents on the 15th.
So, okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting my dates mixed up. So the meeting on, when did we have executive committee meeting? Because that's the one I'm referring to. I'm referring to the executive committee meeting.
It was on the 8th.
Right, but then there was a meeting where the purchase was recommended. That was not on the 8th. That was on, what was that? Was that last week? Last Tuesday?
No, we didn't meet last Tuesday.
Okay, I'm sorry. So our last meeting was when? Because I thought we met on the 15th. We met on the 8th?
The second
Wasn't
Tuesday?
there just a meeting that,
No.
did that meeting not occur?
No, we didn't have a meeting on the 15th.
You guys all had a meeting. There was one that I said I could not attend.
There was a
right?
meeting that I was not able to attend that happened sometime last week. The 15th, there was no meeting. We just received an email with documents. The 8th was the only meeting that I was present for, and we were still waiting to receive documents. So,
okay, all right. So, all right, got it. Thank you, Amber. Thank you. So on the 8th, when we met, we did not decide that we would be purchasing the property. We only decided to receive documents. Is that what happened on the 8th?
right. We discussed creating the resolution, and we said that we would table the recommendation until we received the documents, because we still had not received the loan documents from NHS.
Gotcha. Okay. So the first thing is the resolution should be referencing the 8th. That's the first thing, because that's when the executive committee formally met. That's the first thing. The second thing is, did everyone get a chance to see the documents? And if we did we address everybody's concern in the property documents that were on the table on the 8th?
No.
Thank you. All right. So what is it that we need to address, Amber, that we didn't address on the 8th?
So the 8th, we didn't have any documents yet.
Okay.
So March 15th, I remember this because I was traveling. We got an email that included the documents from NHS. And I believe it was that date that I also sent back my comments about the document. Then it was said that a meeting was scheduled sometime last week, which I was not able to attend because I had a conflict. And it was said that the decision has been made to move forward as a result of that meeting. I'm not sure who attended that meeting, but we were supposed to be having a meeting sometime last week.
Got it. Yes. And so that's probably my fault, because I thought that your concerns were addressed in follow-up emails from Ron. So
No, I was just
that's
told
all
that we were proceeding as a result of the meeting
okay.
that happened that I'm not in attendance of.
So Ron, do you have a list of what Amber was questioning?
Let me go pull up her email. Yeah, she said that her only comment was that she didn't agree with the language under covenant 4 and 8 regarding the order of payment for total loss of condemnation. However, I could be okay with it depending on what's covered under the hazard insurance policy. I know that procuring coverage without a bunch of exclusions can be challenging in Baltimore City due to the crime rating. I would look to see no exclusions for ordinances law other than common perils, fire, water, theft, and vandalism, etc.
So to that point, so I'm not familiar with this issue in Baltimore. So Ron, did you address this, or did you have any thoughts about it?
I looked at the covenant that she addressed, and I saw no flaws in it.
If I could illuminate the reason for my concern, essentially, they're saying that their take back note would be paid off before NDCC would receive any compensation under insurance in the event of a total loss. So say that the building was to burn down, you would have to repay this $50,000 loan before you would receive anything for money that you have invested into the property. So what was going to get me comfortable with that is as long as there's a policy in place that provides for a sufficient value that's beyond that $50,000. So if NDCC were to say, start doing construction repairs on the building and it burnt down, that it wouldn't just be a total loss to the organization. And so I just wanted to confirm that whatever hazard policy we have in place would cover us sufficiently so that we could repay NHS and still have funds left over to repay ourselves as well.
Well, the policy that goes in effect as tomorrow insures the property up to $350,000.
Right, that's what I wanted. I just wanted to see, what does the policy say? What's the limit? And I wasn't given any of that. I was just told that
at that time we didn't have. Yeah, at that time we didn't have a policy, and I had not engaged the insurance broker to secure a policy. But as of last week, knowing that we were going to closing, I asked her to come up with get us a quote on a policy. So the quote that we have right now is assuring the property up to $350,000.
Okay, that was all I wanted. That was all I wanted, but I was never given that information. So
No, because we didn't have the information at the time.
Yeah.
right.
So
Not
Ron,
on the 15th, but if you had it last week, then it should have been shared at that time.
No, it didn't come into today.
Okay.
can you share it now, Ron?
Let me.
That'd be helpful.
Did you still get that through Great American, or did you end up going through someone else?
No, through another company.
That was different. Yeah.
I just sent it over to everyone.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then I guess my question remains with the resolution. I did send that around just recently. I apologize, y'all didn't have much time to review that, but it was just the one-page document. Just giving him authority. Obviously, we would want to change the date to the 8th, or is there still some?
So yes, date needs to be changed. Also, those who are present, I think it should reference the 8th, but it should also reference that no decision was made on the 8th, that there was a discussion. So it should reference that there was a discussion on the 8th, right? And then once we vote tonight and it passes, then we'll reference that it passed by the board on March the 29th.
Okay.
So you all each should have the document now.
I'll just revise it quickly once we're done here and then send it out to you, Ivan, via DocuSign, and then we can, or we can share it first and then we can re-sign it.
Please do that, yes.
Yep, okay.
So each of you should have the quote now.
Yes.
I have it.
Hey, Amber, will this suffice?
My plan wasn't to hold up the board's recommendation. I was actually just gonna plan to abstain till I saw the resolution. But yeah, I needed time to feel comfortable that, we were sufficiently covered. So,
so she is going to update the resolution and then circulate it again. And then we can work through whatever needs to be changed, and then we'll vote on the resolution based on those changes.
gotcha.
And I apologize for this whole process. Blame that on me. Next time I'll follow through, Amber, and make sure that everybody's questions have been addressed.
No worries.
Jessica's on you now.
What is on me for finalizing the hiring committee?
No. To circulate the
the document.
change.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm updating it. We should.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna update it now and send it around. It's
Okay. So
on
while we're
another
waiting,
computer, so yeah, we can.
yeah. So while we're waiting on that, we can move to the next item and come back to old business. So just on the new business, I have asked two people to be on the executive hiring committee, and that is Amber Jones and Jessica James. And so they will serve, they both have concurred that they will serve. And so over the next couple of weeks, we will work through the job description. We'll work through the proposed salary and salary range for the executive director. And hopefully the last thing that will come out of that would be a draft contract for the position. Any questions there? Now, if anybody else wants to be on the committee, I don't mind, but I didn't want it to be too large. But if anybody else wants to jump on it, feel free. Thank you. So while we're waiting on Jessica.
Yeah, I suppose we can look at the minutes. So I actually did just send those around as well. So I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at them. I'm still kind of like getting a feel for them, obviously. Like we changed I got a template after our last meeting from Ivan. So kind of just merging those two templates to match kind of the agenda format is what I'm trying to do. And that's kind of where it's headed now. So forgive a little bit of the change in format, but hopefully we'll try to keep it consistent with it, being in this way going forward. But yeah, let me know if anything I missed. I definitely was trying to see if we could start recording these calls just to kind of use as like a placeholder to go back and, listen to if there was ever any discretion or if there was anything that we wanted to reconsider or what have you. So yeah, just let me know. I didn't get a chance to do them right away, so I hope I didn't miss anything important. I took my notes and did as much as I could. But let me know if there was anything substantial that was missed from last month's meeting.
Absolutely.
If I could add on what you were saying, I think it's important that we do record the meetings. But the other thing I think we want to do when you start to invite people, have them to register so that can serve as a sign-in sheet for the board of directors. since these meetings are virtual, that serves as our sign-in sheet. If you have people to register when you send out the invite.
Oh,
Great. Thank you for that, Michael. Oh,
yeah.
the last thing I'll say is I think according to the bylaws, we need to vote to establish the hiring committee. So I'd like to open the floor for an approval of the hiring committee being Ivan Holloway, Amber Jones, and Jessica James.
A motion to approve the hiring committee with.
It's been moved by Lauren Rosenbaum. Is there a second?
I second.
Okay, it's been seconded by Michael. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Nays have the same right. Okay, that motion carries. Thank you so much. We now have a hiring committee. Before we can definitely investigate having the registration attached to the Zoom so that we sign in first, and then we can definitely make sure that Ron records the meetings to the cloud so that we can have access to them to prepare minutes and those kinds of things.
Yeah, and one flag on recordings. Zoom usually has like a limit on how much you can store in the platform. So we'd probably want to also move those into the Google Drive. You can just download them and put them over, but just because you eventually do run out of storage if it's just in Zoom.
Got it.
Does GoToMeeting have that same thing going on, Lauren? Because I know I was able to like do GoToMeeting recordings when we had it at my old employer, and then I was able to save it and like download it to my desktop or whatever.
Yeah, no, you can do that with Zoom too.
Okay.
You can download the recording, just like if you forget to do that, then it'll tell you like, oh, you're running out of space or whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes from February the 22nd? Or do we need more time?
Yes, and I will definitely try to send them around earlier next time. Apologies again.
No, we understand. It's a work in progress.
So sorry, were those minutes sent under separate cover? I'm looking at what appears to be the revised 129 minutes. Maybe I'm in the wrong.
Let's see.
It says 222 draft minutes.
This is a reminder. I dropped.
Isn't it a separate email from the one that included to all the other? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was curious about.
Sorry.
This is a reminder. I dropped.
Here we go.
Here's your reminder. Take phosphate pills.
Because we have to approve both of them, right?
That's correct, because the last ones we did not approve because there was some corrections that had to be made.
Thanks for all the
So again, if you guys, I mean, I don't know how, like at this point, we kind of need for sure to at least get those last, because part of the discussion is well, see, those are in the separate, right? I've in the executive committee minutes. I'm just trying to figure out where the resolution conversation is, because obviously if we're going to be using that for closing, those minutes really kind of do need to be approved. But at this point, that's when we're talking about it is right now. So those minutes wouldn't be approved until next month anyway. So I think we should be okay if you guys wanted to wait, I guess is what I'm saying, to give you a little bit more time to review last meeting's minutes. But maybe we can at least just get January out of the way if able, or February, January.
Agreed that we should get January out of the way.
For January, should we include the names of the 2 visitors?
You can do that. I would just need them from someone.
Okay, I'll send them to you.
Okay. And then maybe if that is the only change, we accept and move on with the change. I mean, if you guys wanted to, we could push them both to next month. It's up to you, but
So the other option is to have a special call meeting in between. If that's the only issue you need to deal with, is to have a special meeting. That special meeting will maybe move forward with the approval.
What does silence mean? Are we in agreement with Michael to hold a special meeting? Are people still reading the minutes?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because I haven't heard.
I'm good with approving at least for January, pending those just addition of the visitors' names.
Okay.
Are others okay with that, or?
Yeah. Do we need a motion?
Yes.
Go ahead and approve January.
So that a motion, Amber?
Yes. Can I raise a motion to approve January's minutes with the edit to include the names of 2 visitors?
Okay, it's been moved by Amber to approve the January minutes with the addition of our 2 visitors. Is there a second?
Second, Lauren.
Okay, it's been moved and properly second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those opposed? Okay, it's approved for January. And we'll come back to February at our next meeting. So Jessica sent around the proposed resolution for tonight. Has everyone had an opportunity to read through it? I know I did, and I have probably about 2 more suggested changes, Jessica.
Okay.
Just so we're clear on what took place, and so that there is no misunderstanding as to what happened. And if I'll just read you what I have, and we can discuss it, and then go from there. The modifications that I made to the one that Jessica just did is in the 3rd paragraph. That's the first modification, where it says, whereas the Network Executive Committee, after hearing the opportunities for real estate ownership, has determined it to be in the interest of the network to purchase property. And whereas committee members Ivan Holloway, Amber Jones, Jessica James, and Arthur Somerville were present on the 8th day of March 2022 to discuss the property, now recommends the purchase of the said property in Baltimore, Maryland. So that was the modification that I had. If we're not comfortable with that, we can certainly, make modifications to it again. But I didn't want it to read that we approved it as a executive committee on that day. We actually discussed it on that day.
I agree, Ivan. I think it should be clear that the approval is coming from the board and that the executive committee discussed the purchase.
Okay,
So
got it.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, is everybody okay with that? Okay, so Jessica, I'm going to send this back to you, and please check it and make sure it is exactly what I just described. And then you can put it in the final format and then recirculate it for everybody's record. And then we can go from there. So I will only take a vote on that after everyone has seen the final sort of version of it. So Jessica, I'm about to send it back to you if that's okay.
Okay, thanks.
So give me 2 seconds, and I promise you, we're gonna wrap this up. Okay, let's see. Oh, you should have it in a minute now, Jessica.
You said which email did you send it to? Okay, I got it here. Just came through.
And I circulated it to everyone, so everyone should have it now. But please check the spelling and everything in it. So sometimes when I type under pressure, I lose my 3rd grade education. Hey, hey, Jessica.
Yep.
I see one more thing. I see one more thing so the last whereas.
Give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay, let's see, 1, 2. Yep,
Okay, so the last whereas,
yep.
we should take out the part where it says the executive committee approved the
Uh-huh.
signer. And it should read, whereas the signer on the closing documents will be designated as Mr. Ron Hance as the authorized agent. And then the next paragraph goes into that the board of the network approves the signatory of Ron Hance for the closing documents.
So it should, the way I have it now, it says, whereas the signer on the closing documents to be designated as Mr. Ron Hance as the authorized agent, and then now
Yep.
therefore be resolved at the board of directors for, that's, yep, okay.
Yeah, everybody good with that?
Makes sense to me.
Okay.
Absolutely. That is exactly how the verbiage reads. I could send that back around, but literally all I removed was the first part of that sentence there.
Okay. All right. So if everybody's okay with what we just modified and what's before you with that modification, I'd like to open the floor for a vote and any discussion on this resolution, giving Ron Hance the authority to sign on behalf of the organization at tomorrow's closing. I need a motion.
So I motion that,
to,
I'm sorry.
go ahead, Michael.
So I motion that we give Ron the authority to act on behalf of the corporation to be the signature to the property known as, what's that address?
2115-17 Frederick Avenue.
That address.
It's been moved by Michael. Is there a second?
I second that.
It's been seconded by Arthur. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposers? Any abstentions? That motion carries. Thank you so much. We will be closing on tomorrow. So congratulations to the network for positioning itself to become a property owner, therefore enhancing our balance sheet and our assets as an organization. So much success to you tomorrow, Ron. And let us know if you run into any challenges, but hopefully you won't. But let us know how it turns out and when we get the keys. So thank you. So that has exhausted our agenda. I will make it my business to be a little bit more prepared with respects to the agenda and everything that we have to cover at our next meeting. So please bear with me. We're in transition, but we're going to get better at this, and we will do our best to make sure that we capture all of the accurate processes that we go through each time we meet, whether it is a committee meeting, whether it's executive committee meeting, or whether it is board meeting. And so I appreciate everyone chiming in with respects to what needs to be included, what needs to be excluded, and the level of transparency that we provide as an organization. So my hat's off to each of you for your patience and diligence tonight. I expect us to continue to work together to get better. and just show a high level of organization. So thank you so much. So Michael, I'm going to call on you to give us our closing meditation for the night. So I hope you're ready, like you used to be in the third grade when the teacher calls on you. So go for it, man.
Okay, so don't laugh because I'm trying to put this together, but it's my hope that with all of the pain and suffering that's going on in the world, that we can be the light that lead people out of bondage, out of doubt, out of economic depravity, that we become the entity that brings about the light. So that's all I got.
Man, that is wonderful. That's beautiful, Michael. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I won't hold you any longer, but thank you for everything that you do for this organization. And I trust that you will hopefully have the rest of a great week. So it's good to hear everybody and see everybody. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.